Hey there. This is Pastor Jonathan, and I just wanted to say thank you so much to our entire church family for allowing our staff and some key lay leaders to be a part of last week's Leadership Institute. You may know this, you may not, but this time last week, many of us were sitting and really marinating on what we had learned after a day with colleagues at Church of the Resurrection, which is the largest United Methodist church in the country. They put on a great gathering this year to be able to learn about best practices and strategies for doing church in a pandemic. And hey, it was just a great opportunity for our team to come together, to learn together, to grow together. And it all happened because of your generosity. So thank you so much. In this video, you're going to hear from a number of people who participated in that great event. They're going to be telling you a little bit about what they learned and their takeaways and saying thank you to you as well. So I hope you'll take the time to check this out, hear some of the lessons learned, and think about how we might be growing together as Herndon United Methodist Church. God bless you. Enjoy this video.
Jonathan asked me to share a couple insights with you from the Leadership Institute I attended last week, and I certainly appreciate the opportunity. In fact, I want to focus on two sessions I attended, and they both had related messages. The first was a general session with Bishop Michael Curry. You may remember him from the wonderful sermon he gave on love at a recent royal wedding in the United Kingdom. The second was a breakout session with three leaders from the Church of the Resurrection. Bishop Curry discussed Martin Luther King Jr.'s beloved community, in which he saw a society based on justice, equal opportunity, and love of one's fellow human beings. Bishop Curry emphasized that the American ideals are true: freedom and liberty, and all people are created equal. But he also stressed that we must both kneel and stand at the same time. We must kneel before Christ out of humility to God and to our fellow men, and stand for those ideals that we believe in. And speaking of those ideals, during the breakout group, three leaders from the Church of the Resurrection, Adam Hamilton's church in Kansas City, discussed a program of conversations they held with a focus on that same beloved community and how to live into it. Does that sound familiar? You know, when Pastor Jonathan introduced our new vision statement, he discussed our commitment to live into that vision statement. It has different words, but it has the same intent: to create a beloved community. Our vision is that we will live the teachings of Jesus so that everyone will experience God's love and grow in spirit-filled relationships. May we all work together to achieve that vision and a beloved community in and around our hometown of Herndon. Thanks again for the opportunity. I look forward to talking to each of you in more detail about these wonderful lessons learned.
Hi, I'm Julie Albanus, and I work in the office of Herndon UMC in Finance and Communications. Thanks for taking a moment to share in our experiences from the Leadership Institute. Throughout the sessions, I heard three themes repeated: keep Jesus the main thing, serve and share God's love, and form authentic relationships with everyone. Sound familiar? In each session, we were given guidance and ideas for navigating our crazy world with that vision in mind. I attended breakout groups for finance, and I heard from experts that continuing to manage COVID probably won't be the only hurdle we face in 2021. And we made some great strides in 2020, like switching to a more mobile-friendly giving and developing the Herndon UMC app. From my communications breakouts, I came away focused on two opportunities for us to grow. The first is the absolute importance of providing opportunities to sustain and grow relationships. The other is the importance of personalizing our impact, of telling our stories. All of us have roles in communicating these two things, which will help others experience God's love. The aha moment for me came in the use of the word incarnation. I've always understood the idea of being the hands and feet of Jesus, but I think I held the concept of incarnation as something sacred, God only. And during the Leadership Institute, incarnation was used in the context of you and I serving and sharing God's love. In our actions, you and I become God's Word incarnate. Wow. Thanks be to God. And thank you for supporting the ministries, staff, and leaders of Herndon UMC.
Hi, everyone. I wanted to thank you so much for your support of our church leadership participating in the Leadership Institute this year. Even though it was digital, there was a lot of affirming ideation and sharing that I'm so grateful to have been a part of. One of the biggest nuggets that I took away from this conference is that our kids are being thought of as empty vessels to be filled rather than as people to learn from. I had the pleasure of listening to a presentation of children's spiritual formation research done in partnership with Cokesbury Kids. They posed big picture questions and surveyed how families and ministry leaders think, feel, and work to grow their kids spiritually. They found that on the whole, kids expressed that church felt like a happy and accepting place and talked about how God's character as present, personal, loving, and forgiving. All good things to hear, right? However, the kids sometimes felt underestimated by the content their ministry leaders are choosing to teach. Outside of church, kids are already facing complex realities of life head on. As a result, they feel frustrated or bored when the life application of their biblical learning doesn't quite match up. In a nutshell, kids are soaking up the embodiment of God's love in their parents and families, as well as their church leaders. Kids are witnessing, they're serving in action, and participating in the building of supportive communities already. So, the content as we, as ministry leaders, choose to teach and how we teach it should begin with framing any spiritual formation environment as one of mutual learning. I'm looking forward to finding more complex ways to include our kiddos as we live out our vision together. Thanks again, folks.
Hi, everyone. I want to take a minute to thank the Herndon UMC community for enabling your staff to participate in the Leadership Institute last week. While vastly different than 2 years ago, when we actually went to Kansas City to participate, this virtual conference was nevertheless a wonderful opportunity. It was affirming and encouraging as we are all trying to continue to provide transforming ministry and mission in extraordinary times. Keynote speakers included pastor and author Adam Hamilton and Bishop Michael Curry, sharing their ideas on adaptive and transforming leadership as we navigate the COVID-19 pandemic and issues of justice and inclusivity. A variety of breakout sessions were offered. I sat in on one that focused on intergenerational connection, something that is so very important when we look at the demographics of Herndon UMC. There were bonus workshops initiated by attendees from all over the globe, offering ideas and support to the smallest of churches to the largest. Thank you for the opportunity to learn and grow and bring back ideas to share with the HUMC community.
Hello, everyone. Last week, the staff and some of our lay leaders were able to attend an amazing conference called the Leadership Institute at the Church of the Resurrection. That is Adam Hamilton's church. And I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing us to go because it was just so powerful. I learned a lot, and a lot of new ideas also came to me, and now we are going to be praying to make sure they are something that will be that God is actually calling for us to do, and that we have that it fits into our vision and mission is what I'm trying to say. So I just wanted to say thank you. I am so grateful, and I love being part of this community. I really do. I am thriving. I don't know if you can tell, but I am so happy.
I wanted to say a big thank you to all those in the church who were responsible for sending several leaders and staff members to the virtual leadership conference this past Thursday and Friday. It was a really wonderful time of learning, but also of just being motivated because of the strong support shared from that leadership and encouragement that they gave us in having the courage to try new things and to try and make opportunities out of our current challenges. One of the quotes that stuck with me was, "With adversity comes opportunity." And for the music ministry, that really has been true in this time. So it was just wonderful to have those inspirational talks by Adam Hamilton and by Bishop Curry, just encouraging us in the work that we're doing and getting that knowledge on new ways of doing our ministries, even in this challenging time. So thank you again.
Thank you for the opportunity to attend this year's Leadership Institute. It was something that I'd heard about for years and was fortunate that it was held virtually so that I could participate. I got to tell you, I was enlightened, I was encouraged, I was energized by the speakers I heard and the sessions that I attended. It is such a great opportunity for us as we move forward in a community, as a church, and as we live out our vision to live the teachings of Jesus so that everyone can experience God's love and grow in spirit-filled relationships. Thank you.